yo.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They begin with a run by Crowell. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Completes it to Quick. And he's brought down after a good gain. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. A final shot before the break.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They start the 3rd quarter on the ground with Stewart. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
They keep it on the ground again to Stewart. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
He finds Beckham complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Stewart is the lone setback. He'll get it running right. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
That's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
The throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Alex Okafor not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. So a big sack on 2nd down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for 3rd. Here's Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The Tannehill staying out there. They're going to go on 4th down. They are going for it. It's Tannehill. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Now Newton on 1st down. Got his man over the middle. This is quick. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is that now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here's Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tough spot for the offense. 3rd and 8. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Defending an out route is awfully difficult because the best receivers try and sell an inside move before they break to the out, and you have to respect that as a defensive guy, because if you let them, what they say, cross your face or get across you in the middle of the field, usually you're beating out a route, and that's an easier throw for the quarterback. So you ordinarily take a step over to make sure you seal that off. In this case, he was able to not only do that, but react back to the sideline and bat the ball down.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now Tannehill. They'll set up the screen for Stewart. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. And we're back now in Charlotte. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. They'll try and run it. Here's Stewart. And some room to maneuver. There goes Jonathan Stewart.
Nigga. Ooh,
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jonathan Stewart, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. Coons on now to kick this one away following the score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. And this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Yeah.
So the flag is for the very rare illegal forward pass penalty.
Not often that a quarterback forgets where the line of scrimmage is. They have an innate sense about it. On this play, the quarterback did.
Here's Newton now on second down. And he fends him off. He steps away to his left. Dancing to his left. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down. And they'll add a DB in the secondary here on 3rd and 14. Here's Newton. And he finds an open man.
Oh, man, too big.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Coming off a fumble recovery there on the last time they were out on the field, so we'll see what they do here.
And once that happens, everybody wants to get involved. All right, whoever created the last one, they're going to get the praise in the film session. You want that praise yourself, so you know everyone's going to be attacking the football.
We'll see if they can attack it, get hungry, and get another turnover. His throw incomplete.
Hey.
Second down now after the incompletion. On 2nd and 10, Newton. And complete on the right side to Bennett. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
And this one complete to Hankerson. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now Newton. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly. 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
An expecting pass. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Donnie Jones, an original 7th-round pick of the Seahawks, on to punt it away. Here's Archer. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. They start on the ground. This is Stewart on first. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Throwing now, Tannehill. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
It's always a good play when you're able to bat a ball away or down, because if you actually tip it in the air, now the offense is getting a second shot at catching the football, or another receiver may come along and grab it out of the air and turn it into a big play. So if you make a play on the ball, make sure it's knocked away or down. Otherwise, there could be some jeopardy.
And he fires one, but incomplete. The intended target that time was Jonathan Stewart. And that'll bring up fourth down. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on fourth. They'll come out in the pistol. Here we go on fourth, Tannehill. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. Forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards.
Oh, look.
They'll try and punch it in with Crowell.
No.
And he is in.
What?
Touchdown, Carolina. Isaiah Crowell. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Well, timeout on their side here. In fact, a lot going against them. They do have a small glimmer of hope.
No one likes to play extra football. They want to go for the win right now.
Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try.
And now he lost the
Oh, my.
What?
No.
Yo, what's the score? Are you kidding me? They return it. They take the lead. So many times tight games decided by one big play. A lot of times it's the offense here. It's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And his guys are going to hit the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Throwing here, Newton. Caught left side, Bennett. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 24 that time. And the Panthers are going to get a first down. They come out here in the eye. First down carry now for Crowell. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Second down following the run.
Like, yeah, fumble, interception. I fucking hate this.
Newton. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the He's at the 50.
Boy. Yeah. Major cheese. Let's go.
Can you believe this? A big mistake leads to a defensive touchdown, and they're a point away from tying this thing up. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold it, maybe force the punt. Instead, they forced the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
This nigga. Bird.
Tannehill going to throw for it.
Oh, my God. Oh, my fucking God.
Down, a sack back at the 7.
I hate that.
Well, Charles, there's an old saying, don't let a loss beat you twice.
You're exactly right about that, Brandon. When you look at it and all of your preparation went into winning this week, now you have to absorb a loss and find a way to shake it off.
Ryan, bro, how do I? Skip all this bullshit. I don't see no shit. I need to do QB. Fuck. Damn, bro. It's your boy, Young Santana. I took a fucking L. I knew I should have for it, especially overtime. But that's what I get. Not fucking agree. 2 points. Anyway. Fuck Madden. I was pissed. Anyway.